morning. I wanted to do a class on what's sadhana, process steps in sadhana. Okay, and I years ago did a thing with the South Park underpants gnomes. Do you remember the underpants gnomes? Does people know the story? Okay. South Park can be brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and I give them total credit for this. This one kid is losing his underpants all the time. They're disappearing. And people always talk about their disappearing underpants of socks, but this kid's saying the underpants gnomes are taking him. And everybody goes, the kids go, no, there are no underpants gnomes, you're crazy, no. So finally he can convince the kids to come and hide with them. And sure enough, the underpants gnomes come to take the underpants. They go into the drawer, I think it was, I haven't seen it in a while, and take the underpants. And they catch one of the gnomes, or they catch the gnomes. And they make the gnomes go back to where, show them where they are. And there, in this cavern, is this giant pile of underpants. And the kids go, what are you doing? And so one of the gnomes has like a flip chart thing with on a stand. Step 1, collect underpants. Step 2, step 3, profit. So one of the kids, Stan I think it was, I don't remember, one of the kids says, what's step 2? And they go, step 1, collect underpants. Step 2, step 3, profit. And nobody, and they're all, and you get the blank stare that the kids do, and that's, for a lot of people, that's sadhana. Step 1, I'm going to do spiritual practice. Step 2, step 3, enlightened. And people don't know what step 2 is. And they think they do, and they think in a lot of ways it's this magic. I mean, people go, oh, it's the energy, I got the energy, I went for a weekend and got the energy. And then what? Then what do you do? Then you become enlightened. So, get the energy, then enlightened. I do these movements, then I'm enlightened. And people, there's a lot of that. And in a lot of ways, what I see is people don't want to know what step 2 is. Because if we're going to do the New Age thing, New Age, is it hard to do sadhana? No, it's very easy to do sadhana in the New Age. Step 1, you go and you smile and you wear these nice things and you read a cute little book and you now know the secret. Step 2 is, and step 3 is, you're now realized, you're enlightened, you know. And so I wanted to go over the steps. I don't have a 3-step program here. And this is going to be actually a 4-step that I'm going to talk about. Okay, so we're going to do step 1, collect underpants. No. Okay, step 1, your honest answer. So I'm going to ask a question. Is your honest answer your true self?
No.
What is it?
It's just what you truly are right now.
That's right. It's just your honest answer. Your honest answer of the moment is just your honest answer of the moment. That's it. It's not cosmic, it's not, oh my God, earth-shattering, it's not the universal, it is not the, oh my God, now I am realized. No, it is just your honest answer of the moment. So step one is for us to get to that honest answer of the moment. And this goes back to Max of what I was, you were saying about last week and going through every day, throughout the day, because being with your experience, you're starting to get to your honest answer, okay? But until we get to our honest answer and what? Accept it. We can't move. So step one is getting to our honest answer of the moment and accepting it. What does it mean to accept it?
Well, not judge it.
Not judge it.
Not torment yourself.
Not torment yourself. One of the things I wrote this week was tormenting is not accepting. It really isn't. What does it mean if I'm tormented by this reality? What does that mean? I am definitely not accepting.
You're trying to change it.
I'm trying to change it. I can't look. No, can't look. Can't look. Can't look. Can't. Oh my God, I can't look. Can't look. Not gonna look at it. I can't. It's too. It's upsetting me. It's too much. It hurts me too much.
Well, the problem is it colors everything you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And our honest answer in truth runs us. Our intellectual good idea answer, the right answer, doesn't run us. It cloaks. It covers. We miss everything because we have the right answer, we give the right answer, and lo and behold, the same thing happens every time. Because our honest answer is what runs us. So now I go and I find my honest answer, I now listen to my honest answer, but I can't accept it. Is it still running us?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Running me, and I have to watch it now. It's sort of doing a rerun of a horror movie. I didn't want to see it the first time, and now I'm watching it over and over again. Blah. So until we get to our honest answer and accept it, we can't move. That's step one. Once we do that, we can start the work. That's why I will ask, how are you? Because I'm looking for your honest answer. I don't want to hear the fine, thank you, how are you? I don't want an entire story. I just want the moment. And not so much that I hear it, but that for each of you hears it. Oh, that's where I am. Oh, this is it. Oh, I got it. Didn't realize that. I was thinking. Well, that was the problem. So, going each moment, here I am. Oh, this is my honest answer right now. So once we do get to our honest answer and we accept it, we get to step two, which is we could say it's part of step one, which is in that, unfortunately, that would put me in a 3-step program, which I'm not sure I want to do that and join. Well, maybe I do because I like South Park, so I could do that. But step two is being with our experience, let whatever come up, and function efficiently on the physical plane. Why? What is this? Yeah.
Is it a part of the acceptance state? It's almost like, okay, so here's where I'm at. How can I be okay with this and still live my life and function?
Because if we don't function efficiently on the physical plane, which is a very big point. If we're not doing that, we're then wallowing.
Right.
We're tormenting.
Or denying.
We're denying. Or denying. And denying, it's better to have my honest answer and be with it, which may not be the nicest thing. Honest answers are not always nice, are they? But if I don't accept it, what am I going to end up doing?
Just that.
Just that. I'm going to start acting on it. And I don't know about you, but I've had some interesting honest answers in my life that we do not want to act on. A lot of them we definitely do not want to act. Thank God, knock on wood, magic, didn't act on them. But if I don't know I have them, if I'm not aware that I have them, absolutely I'm going to be run by it. So our job is to be with our experience, let whatever come up, and function efficiently on the physical plane. And what do we mean by efficiently? Because we're going to be clouded in some ways. Things that we absolutely know the way to do. Just your basic, yeah.
Can you do it with like an example? Like say you have something that you don't want to accept,
Mm-hmm.
and then walk through it that way.
Okay.
So like what would be going on at the time that you're trying to function efficiently?
All right. We could do the first thing that came up for me was when I was diagnosed with cancer. Do you think I really was like, oh boy, this is great? Oh, I can accept this easily? No, it was hard. And I didn't know where it was going to go. So I had to face that reality of, I don't want to face it. I don't want, maybe it'll go what? Maybe I could do a little bit of, maybe I need a second opinion. Maybe they made a mistake with the mammogram. Maybe they, you could do all those sorts of things that are going to come up. But I knew the reality. So I let it all come up. And I still went to all the doctors, all the things, everything, and got it. And then it was confirmed. There was no question. But what a lot of people have done is they deny it. They won't look at it. And then they don't go back again. They don't function efficiently. They're not going to actually follow it through. Mm-hmm. Or how many people have been tempted not to pay their taxes? A lot of people do that. Yeah. And did it go away? No, doesn't go away. Doesn't go away. But so I could say, well, why do I have to give them that money? I don't want to give them that money. What are they doing for me? Blah, 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 blah. Do all that sort of thing. Let it come up. I'm not happy. They're not really doing well for me. So let it come up and function efficiently. Write that check. Fill out those forms and write that check. So, and that's the same, I don't want to do this work. Okay? I don't want to do I don't want to go to work today. Okay? I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to go to work today. Okay? I'm going to sit with it. Okay? I'm going to let that be. I don't want to go to work today. Let it come up. And I get in the car and I go to work. But if I deny it, then I'm going to actually act out at work. And I'm going to do something that is going to be probably inappropriate in some way to try to make it not the place. Lots of people get fired because they do all kinds of acting because they deny or they don't look at it. So have to accept what actually comes up. Because whatever comes up, is it who we really are? No, it's just this system of things. We're very imaginative folk. We're extremely imaginative. And if we deny it, but we have to be strong enough to be able to see and look at what comes up. And that's where, again, the functioning efficiently on the physical plane is so important. That's where the grinding of the small self happens. Because we're not acting on it. It doesn't say, be with your experience, let whatever come up, and act on it. That is not what we're talking about. That would be horrific. No. Be with your experience, let whatever come up, and function efficiently on the physical plane, appropriately on the physical plane. And that's what is going to keep it, it doesn't put a lid on it, it grinds it down. What we're doing is we're basically getting rid of a spoiled brat child. By allowing them, what would you like to do? Okay, that's very nice, and let's go and do what needs to get done. So those two things, finding our honest answer, hearing it, and accepting, and then being with that experience, letting whatever come up, and functioning efficiently on the physical plane. That can happen in a therapeutic sense. It's still within the context of the intellect, the mind, the ego, correct? You don't have to be doing spiritual practice to actually do that. It has to be done in order to get to spiritual practice. Why?
Don't you have to, it's like you have to clean it out. You have to get all that stuff out, and if you don't open your mouth in order, or not even open your mouth necessarily.
Yeah, sometimes it's...
But if you don't let that come up, then you're just suppressing it. It won't ever be cleaned out anyway.
That's right. We're cleaning it out. We're shining light on our dirt. We're shining a light on it, and then it can, and functioning efficiently, accepting, making it no big deal, but not acting on it. By functioning efficiently, you're not acting on it. You're cleaning it up. This is a way of purification. We're still not in something that would be other than, I want to live a good, simple life. I'm not interested in God. I'm not interested in doing that. This is a good thing to do. Okay? Then we get to what I was saying was step 3, which is probably now step 2, which then we're going to have a 3-step thing, would be where we start sadhana, real spiritual practice, is letting go of perceivables. Letting go of knowables. It would be keep withdrawing our line of demarcation from who we believe ourselves to be in the moment and what we can perceive. So we're constantly withdrawing, seeing, because we're moving back. We're disentangling from the perceivable. Does that make sense? From the knowable. So in a lot of therapeutic situations and in a lot of New Age situations where they say that spiritual practice, but is that we want Rohini to be the best Rohini she can possibly be. Right? We want her to be this, and in New Age, you're going to be not only the best, I'm going to be magical, super sensual, I'm going to have all kinds of everything. I get the parking space, I get the everything, I have the house I wanted, I get the car I wanted, I get the job I wanted, I get everything, all by just saying that's what I want. Right? I'm going to be the best Rohini possible. That's still not doing sadhana. Sadhana is knowing that Rohini is a knowable. That's really important. Rohini, the character of Rohini, is actually a knowable. In truth, it isn't who I really am. Not me. So that step Now 2 would be to keep withdrawing and disentangling out of these knowables. So when I ask questions like, are you your body? You can now, is it a knowable? Yes, so I'm not my body. Am I my emotions? Oh, I can perceive them, not who I am. Oh, am I my mind? Well, sometimes it's an object. It's not always me. Okay, because sometimes it appears to be a subject. Notice that? The mind will appear to be subject and sometimes an object. If it can appear to be an object, then, and it does, it's not me. So we're constantly working to disentangle. That's where the difference between being purely therapeutic and spiritual practice is. We're now, I don't want to be the best Rohini. The truth is, I've been the best Rohini, and it ain't so good. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's just the way it is. Our job is to know that we are not, that I am not the character of Rohini. I need to act appropriately, fulfill in terms of my dharma or my path or my destiny, how to proceed, but I am definitely not the character of Rohini. So I'm disentangling from any identification with that character called Rohini. Does that mean I'm dissociating? No. Because if I'm dissociating, where am I going? Yeah, I'm going further into the character of Rohini in a way. Okay? So this is withdrawing. Finally, last step is knowing who we really are. And who are we? We're the perceiver, not the perceived. So if we can perceive it, it's not us. Right? So we're the seer, not the seen. And we say, oh, right, I'm not my job, I'm not my this, I'm not my that. No, it's all the way back. All the way back. And that's the process. That's the steps. And how do we do this? How do we get there? Through all of this and these being with your experience, discerning the knowable is a thing called discriminative knowledge is developed. And discriminative knowledge is, as what it says it is, it's the ability to discern, to discriminate. Oh, I can discern, I discriminate, I know this car is better than that car. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about being able to discern the real with a capital R from the not real. Well, it's all God, that's right, but not to us, not until we experience it. So where do we start discriminative knowledge? Back in step 1. That's where we're learning discriminative knowledge. How? By learning to listen to our true answer of the moment. Oh, I thought that, no, this is, so the whole process of going in and actually listening to our stupid, honest answer is a very important process. And by not accepting it, we're not developing discriminative knowledge, and we don't go any further. And it shows, if we can't accept, that we're actually identified with our character in a way that isn't helpful to us or to anybody else. Because if we're going to go back to who we really are, the perceiver, then we get to see, oh, in truth, we're everybody. And we're not contributing if we're not even willing to accept that I've been playing this character that I've been so attached to and identified with that I can't even let it go. I'm so determined to hold on. And that goes back to the cliches, to ignorance, taking what's not real to be real, what's impermanent to be permanent, what's not self to be self. Then I lose subject and object. Then I'm attracted to certain things because of that. I'm repulsed by certain things because of that. And then I cling. So that with those 5 cliches, if we look at that, that if I'm identified with Rohini and the character of Rohini, I'm only going to do certain things based on that character. Am I in charge of my life? Not at all. I am just reading my lines again and again and again. And as we keep talking about it, the fact is, if we're just going to go according to that, we're doing the same story, the same lines, no matter what the situation is out there. It can be a completely different situation, and we're still going to say the same lines. I remember one time there was a person here, only for 15 minutes, and it wasn't in here, it was out there, and they were very negative and rebellious and didn't want, they would just, no. It was almost like a child who was just playing with the word no. And I said to them, well, wow, if I gave you $1 million, what would you say? And the answer was, no. Because they were determined to maintain their sense of self. So does this make sense? This is, in this process of working, what happens to us, which is not fun, is we have to, it hurts. It hurts. And being able to accept is having to surrender to the reality that we're not the nice, good, perfect people that we like to think of ourselves. Or the bad, awful, terrible people we like to think of ourselves as. Because some people like that. And we're usually committed to something that we can't stand, but we won't let go of because we can't accept it. I can be committed to anxiety or fear or anger, and I'm just so committed to it, I can't imagine a world without it. And because I'm not willing to just, okay, I accept it. It's no big deal. I like it. It's one of my favorite things to do with my day. Because I'm not tormenting myself then. I stopped tormenting. I'm having the most perfect day. I was anxious. I was angry. I yelled at people. I did this and that. It was my most perfect day. I can't imagine a better day. Until I can accept that in that manner, I'm not going to be moving. I may be weak, pathetic. If I don't accept that within myself, that's all I get. And then I may try to coat it over with something. It's still, I know better that who I am is actually weak and pathetic. So at some point I have to say, I'm weak and pathetic. That is who I am. It may not, and I will correct myself and say, no, that's not who you are, that's how you are, but then I'll say, no, it's who I am. I am weak and pathetic. That's how I am, who I am. That's because in the moment, that's all I'm feeling. Okay, then I accept that. No big deal, that's where it is. And then I can actually move and disentangle from it. What starts to happen is then I can perceive it. And as we disentangle and I can perceive it, then it becomes the part. So we are, who are we? We're the actors, not the part we're playing. And so much of sadhana is disentangling from the part we play. and knowing who we really are. But each of us picked the part because we thought it was great. We read the script. We went, oh my God, I want to do this. Oh, I'll take this part. Oh, I don't know. Meryl Streep's also looking for this part. No, I'll be the better player. I'm going to do this part better than anyone. Okay. All right, you get the part. And each of us picked the part. We read the script. We said, oh my God, this is great. Oh my God, I get to do this and I get to do that. I get to be mean. I get to be sad. I get to be happy. I get to be manic. I get to be depressed. I get to go here. I get to go there. I get to go nowhere. I get to be mundane. Whatever it is. And we each picked that. We each picked the part. Is it who we are? No. So this goes again back to the Lord's Club. The Baba always used to tell this story. That everybody was a member of the Lord's Club. It was a club, everybody's a member, because they were all lords. Everybody's a lord. And so in order to function in the club, somebody had to be the waiter, somebody had to be the president, somebody had to be the doorman, somebody had to be the janitor, somebody had to be the secretary, somebody had to be the cook. And so they drew lots. And so each person got a different job, and everybody treated each other equally in the truest sense of the word, because everybody knew they were lords. And then they'd switch the jobs. They'd do a different lot. So one week I'm president, the next week I'm the janitor. It didn't matter. Nobody treated each other poorly, because everybody knew they weren't their jobs. They knew who they really were, which everybody's the Lord. And that's the same for each of us. We're all the Lord, in truth. So the street sweeper, as they would say in India, the street sweeper and the president, same. Same. Questions? Is this clear?
I don't have a question, but my experience is often make a very inappropriate decision, and then the appropriate one makes itself known, and usually rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why didn't I see that? In retrospect, it's so obvious, and I didn't even consider that. And that happens a lot.
Okay, so where were you when you were making your inappropriate decision?
Mm.
In your head.
Yes.
Only going to, again, as I said, when has this done well by you, your little small self? It's only going to do according to its thing. Is your small self do appropriate? No. Does anybody's?
No.
Not that much. No. It's a fluke.
Yeah.
It's a fluke. What is it? Blind squirrel finds nut?
Yeah.
It's a fluke when we actually do appropriate from here. So if you were here to make the decision and actually be with that experience again, let whatever come up, you'd see the whole spectrum of possibilities. The inappropriate action decision would be there, as well as the appropriate one, as well as, and then you would know how to, oh, I could do this. I need money. I could get a job. I could rob a bank. I could steal from somebody else. I could do this. I could do that. I could scam. I could do, oh, maybe I could just get a job.
Right. But the one appropriate one is the one never comes up as a possibility.
Right, because the small cell, unless it's not going to do that. So that's where you have to sit here. And that's why I'd say don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes. You don't act. But the problem with coming from here and acting is it will always say, great idea. Go rob that bank.
Thoughtful.
It's very thoughtful. Great idea. Great idea. Go rob the bank. You'll get money. Great idea. Great idea. So it says it's the appropriate thing to do. But unfortunately, in the way it works, it usually isn't. So we have to go. Because according to our system, it would never occur to us to do something else.
After we say, what a moron.
Right. What a moron, and then lo and behold. And then not to torment, so then how do you learn is not by tormenting, but did I do something stupid? Absolutely. Was I inappropriate? Absolutely. What did I do internally to get to that solution? Oh, I was there. I was not. Did I look at all the options? No. Did I know the right thing? Yes. Was I sure? Yes. I knew the right thing, and in the meantime, the small self is going, here he goes again. Great. He's doing his part. Perfect. No. Disentangle. Go and sit with it. Be with it. Yeah. Okay? So, to recap, honest answer. Number 1, finding our honest answer. Learning to listen to our honest answer. And not only getting to it, then accepting it. Actually accepting it. Oh, I didn't want. No. Actually getting, and that's hard. No question. That's hard, getting to that place of acceptance. That's a lot of the purification that we have to go through. Once we can do that, then we can move on and continue with it. We don't let that go, but then we can be with our experience, let whatever come up, and function efficiently on the physical plane. From there, we start the disentangling from the knowables. If it's knowable, it ain't us. And so we're going to work that. And finally, we get to being who we really are, which is not a knowable, pure subject, not an object, not even the option of being an object. That's in truth. So when we do a 4 square and we get to 8 real answers, that's when we start to, has to be, that's why I say, are you this? Are you okay with it? That's the acceptance. And we have to get to accepting of all 4 components. Once we do that, then we're free to get off the grid. But if I can't accept one of them, then it's all I can't, I'm not free from any of them. So let's say it's appropriate for me to keep my mouth shut, but I'm committed to being a talker, and I think it's a good thing. Then unwittingly, I am going to at least 50% of the time be inappropriate, because I know that this talking is good. And not talking and keeping my mouth shut is not, I can't accept that. It's just not a good thing. It's not right. Can't do it. Does that make sense? Let's take a couple of minutes. Just turn in. Listen to our honest answers, whatever they are. Let whatever come up, come up. Eventually, we end up being still.
Thank you.